Okay, so we're going to answer this question before us, which says that we need to list the transformations that takes this graph to that one. Now, the first thing that you have to notice here is that we're working backwards. So as you can see here, we're starting off with something that looks transformed. As you can clearly see, we have a vertical translation, a horizontal translation, we have a dilation occurring, and we're taking it to its parent graph. So just something that doesn't contain transformations. Now, whenever you're working backwards, you need to think of, all right, if I normally follow Dr. T, I now need to work backwards. So that means I need to go my translations first, then my reflections, then my dilations. And of course, everything has to be the opposite. So here, if I have this right here, this is +1. That means it's moved vertically up 1. But if I take it to here, that means I'm going to have to translate 1 unit in the negative y direction. So it's really important here, and people will mess this question up if they don't appreciate that you are going backwards. So when I see this +1, I realize I have to take it to this, so that means I'm moving it 1 down. All right, then we come to the next one. Now, what is this 2 doing? Well, that 2 is moving 2 to the right. So if I want to move it back, that means I'm going to have to move it 2 to the left. So I'm going to translate 2 units in the negative x direction. And hopefully that makes sense. You're going backwards. And then the last one here, this is causing a dilation by a factor of 3 from the x-axis. So if I now want to undo that, I'm going to have to dilate by 1/3. So the reciprocal of it to undo it. So I'm going to dilate by a factor of 1/3 from the x-axis. So really important here to realize that you're going backwards. And because you're going backwards, you need to first follow this. So translations, then reflections, then dilations. If you try to do it another way, you're likely to get it all mixed up. And then you also need to remember just to do the opposite of what you think you're going to do. So this +1, because you're going backwards, means you're moving 1 down, and so on. Hopefully this made sense. A good little question. I'll see you in the next one.